What's up, my dudes, and welcome back to the channel. It's Leroy with Happy Trailers, and I'm pretty pumped about today because the trailer I've got behind me that I'm kicking the tires on today is one of the biggest, beefiest trailers that you can find from Diamond C. This is a 53-foot long SDX 216, and I mean, it's loaded out with almost every feature you can think of. This is a custom order trailer, so I'm pretty pumped about it, and we've got a lot to cover. So let's get to it. Look at this beauty. I mean, what a unit. I don't even know what to say here. SDX 216 from Diamond C. This is a 2025 model. Underneath it, I got a little peep at the ramps so that you can load up stuff on the top deck. I'll pull them out here in a bit as well. And hidden under here, it's going to be your beefy winch. This has got a synthetic cable, and it's a Warrior 17,500 pound winch. And peep the toolbox here underneath it. This battery is specifically here for this winch. And you've got your winch remote right here. On top of that, you've got a wireless. So pretty self-explanatory there, but a really nice remote there. Wireless remote for the Warrior winch. And you've also got your plug-in right here. So that way you can charge this battery specifically if you need to there with that 110 volt charger. So front toolbox gives you the battery plus some extra storage space right here underneath the neck. And just to show off a little bit more of that engineered beam neck. Diamond C emblem's looking good. This red on black, that's just a win. Also up front here, you'll notice it's got the hydraulic jacks. We'll get to that box here in a little bit as well. Sway control. As I mentioned, this is 53 foot long, and you've got a 10-foot top deck here. So you're gonna be looking 10 here and 43 foot from here back. All right, for along the driver's side, we got a few toolboxes to check out. So we'll start at the front here. Your first toolbox, it's gonna be a 4-foot wide toolbox. Fully empty, so this is just full storage space right here. But nice little integration right here on the toolbox lid. Is going to be your spare tire remover. So let me just show you on this one where the spare tire is. You've got it undermounted on the trailer. Spare tire is the first thing you see underneath it here, in between the frame. And you've got access with this remover tool on the passenger side. I'll show that to you here in a bit as well. So if you need to remove the spare, you can come around here to the passenger side. And you're gonna find that bad boy right there. So just simply connect it. You're ready to remove it. Back in place. All right, we got the first box out of the way. Let's move over to the big box here coming down the line. This is the fun box. She's loaded out. Okay, so just to show you a few options on this trailer. This one's got the Cush air ride on the 16,000 pound axles, which we'll get to here in a little bit. And also behind here, you're seeing the hydraulic pump. This pump operates both the hydraulic jacks and the hydraulic dovetail here in the back. And then right up here in the front is the electric over hydraulic disc brake actuator. You've got the disc brakes here on the 16K axles. This is the pump that operates those. Here again, you've got up and down on the tail, in and out here on the jacks. And you've got the wireless remote here for all of that as well. So makes it pretty self-explanatory what you're doing. Up and down, operates the tail. It's a wireless remote once again. That way you've got a wireless remote for all of your hydraulics, and up front you've got the wireless remote for your winch, which is poking out over here. So wireless everything, guys. You've got two batteries here as well. One battery is meant to operate the air ride system. One battery here for the hydraulic system. So you definitely have a lot of batteries for a lot of different systems on this trailer. You've got your on-off button here for your air ride. Pretty self-explanatory here what the gauges do. You've got lift, dump. You can lift this front axle here on this trailer. You've also got a little cable right here to release some air out of the tank. Really easy to use air ride system. And once again, you got a charger built in right here. So if you got it parked at the house, you can just plug in an extension cord and you can charge these batteries. Rest assured, they of course always trickle charge when you're plugged into your truck, but this gives you a way to charge it when you're parked somewhere as well. Another just great advantage to having an air ride system, you've got an air chuck right here. So, you know, if you've got a low tire, whether it be on your truck or your trailer, you can literally just plug in an air hose and you've got onboard air. So I love that. I also want to call out just the convenience of having these stickers right here too. You've got an axle load chart. You've got all your warnings, of course, torque specs. You know, it's so nice just to have this on hand right here as you bring down the toolbox lid so that you kind of know what you can expect, what your PSI is going to be based on the load that you're carrying. And you can confirm that here as the pump is doing its thing. So just super nice to have. Let's close this back up. I'll come around and talk about some axles. All right, so this really is one of the most solid axle configurations that you can get with Diamond C. Just to go into it a little bit, these are 16,000 pound Lippert axles on air ride. You can see the big spread in between the two here. This is a 72-inch spread axle. You can also see it's got the aluminum outer wheels. Come around here just on the front side to show you a little bit here with this air system. Nice Diamond C right there in the plate in between the axles. Cush air ride. I'll lift this axle up later too. Towards the end of the video, I'll operate the tail, the jacks, the winch, the air ride, lift axle, just to show off all the features. There's your big bags here on the front side of that axle. Same thing again here on the rear. Of course, you don't see the lift bags, which that's what these are right here. You don't see that here on the rear axle, because it's only the front axle that lifts. Big bags here on this rear axle here as well. And I kind of peeped the tank for this earlier. Up here closer to the box. There's your air tank right there in between the frame. Coming around to the back, you've got the Diamond C 12-foot long hydraulic dovetail. And you got the braking point really right in the middle of this rear axle. So that just gives it a whole lot of load strength as you're loading something up. As you know, with Diamond C, you've got a 10,000 pound both lifting and carrying capacity on this dovetail. As long as it's distributed evenly, of course, you can lift and carry 10,000 pounds on this tail. Very impressive. Industry leader in the hydraulic dovetail world right here. In the back too, peep one more thing that's just pretty cool with Diamond C. You've got your tail lights here on this bumper that have integrated reverse lights here too. That's what this little streak is right here. So you've got the brake light and reverse lights, and this is a standard feature. So definitely love that. Just a few more added options here on this dovetail. You've got your cleats here for added traction, and you've got the Blackwood Classic outer deck. Once again, just a rubber infused lumber there so that you've got the most traction where your wheels are going to be loading up on the tail. And then once again, cleats towards the top. That way, as you're loading up, of course, at an angle, you've got all the traction options in the world here. So as I'm coming around on the passenger side, you can see this got the sliding ratchet track as well. So you got a piece of slide track here on the tail with the spread axle. You even get a piece of slide track here in between the axles with the ratchet. And then the rest, of course, up here towards the front. So sliding ratchet track. Another nice thing with Diamond C right here in the middle with your turn signal light, you've also got a step right here. So just nice to be able to step up on the deck somewhere in the middle of the trailer. Right here beside the trailer too, check out all of the marker lights. This customer added as many extra pairs of marker lights as possible, and they are really every few feet. This thing is going to be lit up when he's plugged in. I love that. Another thing here on the passenger side, you've got the dunnage rack. This is an 8-foot long rack, deep too, so you got a lot of room for your wood, maybe your tarps, whatever else you might want to fit in there. They're so nice. Along with that, you got all the tie downs, front and rear for your bungees and whatnot as you're loading up your wood, so it makes it very user friendly too. Now one more hidden box right here on the passenger side. This is right towards the front. And it's another empty box. You do have your torque bar right here for the ratchets. So that's where we store it. Rest assured, if you buy a trailer that's got sliding straps or sliding track or ratchets of any kind, you're gonna get the torque bar, you're gonna get the straps. That's just something that we do because we know you're gonna use it. So let's do it, right? I didn't mention on the other side, but you do have the retractable steps, both driver and passenger side, to make it really easy to step up on the trailer and just put them out of the way when you're not using it. Let's talk a little bit more about this frame, guys. Of course, in true Diamond C fashion, this is an engineered frame all around. On the SDX 216, this is a beefy 18-inch frame. Let me get to the top here. There it is. 18 inches. And fully engineered. Take a little peep here in between. You've got your spare tire right here, but then you've also got a torque tube for added sway control all the way front to back. Your cross members here are also an I-beam cross member. Show you here. There you go. So you got a 3-inch I-beam cross member. These cross members here are on 16-inch centers. All of that paired with your beefy engineered frame makes for a heavy trailer here. Heavy duty trailer, I should say. Let me hop up here, show you just a little bit more where the winch is. Also here, your ramps for that top deck. Just to get up and up close and personal here at the winch. Once again, it's a 17,500 pound Warrior winch. And I mean, look at this hook. That's beefy. She's all there. And then right here, it's gonna be your flap where your ramps are stored. That way, if you're loading up vehicles or equipment or whatever it might be, you got ramps right there and your rail right here to hook them onto. So let me pull one out for you. This is a full 8-foot long ramp coming down. Just to see this load angle. Makes it really easy as far as the load angle is concerned. An 8-foot long ramp just to get up onto a 22-foot tall platform makes it nice and easy. These ramps have a channel outer frame, it's 4-inch channel, and then you've got your angle cross members all the way around. These things are 15 inches wide. Look at your spacing in between your cross members here. 6-inch spacing. So these are heavy duty, can handle all the load. I told you it was a 10-foot long top deck. I want to make sure I'm not lying to you. So here we are, hooked in the front, 10 foot. That'll do. And since I'm coming around on the passenger side, I didn't even mention, but when you've got slide track, you also get slide track here on the top deck. So we've added 2 straps right here for the top deck. Once again, you can add as many straps as you want really, but that is something that you get. It's not just on the main frame of the trailer. You're looking up here on the top deck too. One more thing, as I come around the front, this has got an added solar charger as well. And this is actually really cool because it's on a platform that's swiveled. So while you're driving, you can just get that thing fully out of the way and make sure that it's not going to get beat up. And then when you park it, just flip it up. You know, in this situation, the sun's way over here. You can get full sun contact on that thing. So I like that. Super nice. Keeps it out of the way and somewhere where you won't damage it during any kind of transport, but then you can easily flip it up for use. So that's just, once again, a really cool little engineered feature that I love. Way to go, Diamond C. So just a few more things to mention before I forget. Your outer rail on the Diamond C SDX is going to be a channel. It's a 6-inch channel, as you can see here. Now it also comes standard with your full rub rail. You've got your stake pockets, you got your pipe spools. That's going to be standard features. All right, before I operate some of the air ride, like your lift axle and your tail back here, just so you can see it, let's check a look at the VIN sticker. I want to tell you what the GVWR is, how much this thing weighs, and what the payload is. All right, VIN sticker here on the driver's side. Once again, this tells you that it's got 16,000 pound axles and a GVWR of a beefy 40,000 pounds. It's the heaviest GVWR you can get on a Diamond C trailer. Now, it tells you also right here, empty weight is 10,930 pounds, which once again is super impressive because that's roughly the same weight as a lot of gooseneck flatbeds that I see that are only 40 foot long. And this is once again 53 foot long, right? 10 foot top deck, 43 foot here. So all things considered, that's the advantage once again of your engineered frame. It's lighter and it's stronger. So I love that. If I'm doing my math right, that means that you've got a total payload of just over 29,000 pounds on this bad boy. I mean, oof, that's big. Okay, I want to show you guys the air ride because I want to show you the lift axle here on the front axle, and let's check out that 12 foot tail. Back here on our box on the driver's side. Okay, let's check out this Cush air ride just a little bit more. Already got it flipped on and just turn it off just like that. So it tells you what volts you're at. It's awesome, gives you a great idea of how much battery you've got here. And once again, you've really just got two valves here to mess with. Lift and dump. Pretty self-explanatory, right? If you need to dump the air in your bags, you can hit that. You need a lift, let's do it. You can hear it doing its thing. Pump will probably turn on here in just a bit. But what's happening right now is this front axle is pumping air into these bags right here, which is going to lift it up. She goes. I think right now I've already got enough clearance. Let it spin. Yep. Now all the weight is here on this rear axle. And you can see the clearance from the tire into the frame. And here's your front axle now, fully lifted. So, if you're ever dead heading back home, you got one less axle. Also, a little tip of trick. You don't have to have this axle on the ground going down tolls. So, saves you just a little bit of money, right? Come on. Every dollar matters. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you this tail. 12 foot hydraulic dovetail, right? It's auto locking as well. And I'll get over there to the hydraulics in just a bit, but I do want to show you just a little bit here what this looks like. You got your cylinders under here. This is what operates it, brings it up and down. And here is your locking mechanism right in there. Let's put it to work. And once again, I'm going to use the wired remote right now. Up and down on the tail. So let's bring it down. In order for the tail to come down, it's got to unlock itself, which means that you're going to see this tail pick up just a little bit to unlock and then come back down. Let me do that. There it is, tail fully down. That bumper just tucked up underneath it here. So makes it very easy access, loading up anything you can think of right here. And once again, you can load up to 10,000 pounds on this tail. Pick it up, no big deal. With the 12 foot tail, you have an easy 12-degree loading angle right here. So very solid. I'll pick it back up. I'm going to stop it right here too, just to zoom in a little bit. Right now it's pretty much level, but as I continue to pick it up, it'll move past level just a little bit and then lock itself back down. There it is. One more thing I got to mention here, it's deck height. So we're fully aired up on the bags right now. And just to show you, I'm going to do this right here by this rear axle. You've got a deck height of 34 inches, right? Let's go ahead and dump the bags fully so that we can get that fully tucked in. And let's see what our deck height is at that point. We're going to dump the bags. Okay, we're fully dumped. Gonna measure again at the exact same spot here on this rear axle. There we go, we're just a hair over 32-inch deck height when the bags are fully dumped. And let me see what I can do getting up here. Yeah, we got less than an inch left right there between the tire and your hinge point there for that hydraulic dovetail. So if you need extra low height for some kind of random piece of equipment or clearance issues or whatever, you can dump the bags and gain an extra few inches there. Okay, last but not least, probably my favorite part, how much does this thing cost? Okay, as I mentioned, this thing is a custom order. We've got a customer coming to pick this thing up here in the next day or two with all the features that you see on this specific trailer, and to give you a good idea of how much you can do with Diamond C's platform and roughly what the cost is going to be if you want to go all out. This thing, as a 53-foot SDX 216 with all the options I just showed you, rings in at $62,999. So hey, that's a beefy price tag, guys, but look at what you're getting for that money. So I hope this helps you. As a hot shodder, this is going to be a dream setup. All you hot shodders out there, I want to know what your thoughts are. I want to hear from the guys that are already running these things. Tell me what you think. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps. We'll see you for the next one.